Hey, good morning, Relentless Church, and everyone that's viewing with us on the internet. This is going to be an opportunity for me to share some things with you. I believe that will be very, very important as we deal with the upcoming circumstances that we're still facing. It's always been historically the responsibility of a pastor to ensure that the sheep were growing and that the sheep was fed. But now that we're not in a normal way of meeting, I want to share some things that I think was helpful to me long before I was a pastor. Things that allowed me to grow spiritually and to make sure that even though for many times I was not even around other Christians, for a great part of our life, I was in the Navy. And I can remember being on board a ship with very few opportunities to be pastored. But God gave me some ideal things, I believe, that can help us, even in these times that we're going to be together, as we're separated from the entire body or your local church. I don't think God has brought us to this place for us to be confused, for us to get weaker. I think if we'll do the things that are necessary, when we come back together corporately as a body, I think we'll be stronger than we ever been before.
Amen.
And so I want to share some things from my heart. And of course, I have with me this morning again my wonderful wife.
Good morning.
And we've been married for over 30 years. And some of these same principles, not only have I learned, but I've had the privilege of learning from her as well. And so,
Almost 30 years.
yeah, almost 30 years. This May will
Yes.
be 30 years.
Yes.
And so, first I want to share with you 6 things or 6 reasons why people don't grow. Number 1 is their hearing has become dull. I think you got to be very, very careful during this period of time that you don't allow your hearing
Amen.
to become dull or very desensitized to the truth.
Amen.
So that's why having the Bible as a source of your everyday reading is critical.
Amen.
So I'm going to encourage everyone, not just only once a week occurrence,
Amen.
like many Christians are comfortable with. Most Christians were only reading their Bibles once a week. Now you have an opportunity, because you have time, to study the Bible at least once a day.
Amen.
So I want to encourage you to focus on your hearing. Don't become dull of hearing from not being exposed to the truth. You can hear from God. And these are things that I learned when I was a young Christian just joining the Navy. You got to be diligent to seek God's face so that your hearing is always in tune with the
The
Word.
Word is our spiritual power.
Amen.
Amen.
It is. And then secondly, one of the reasons why people don't grow is they refuse to grow. And that's like some people are doing right now. Rather than focusing in and spending time in the Word, you know what they're doing? They're spending all their time focusing on other things. And even though I like television, if I told you I didn't like TV, that would be a lie. But the truth is, we all like watching TV.
Yes.
But we got to control what we watch. The key to any man's heart, God has designed it that way, is through your eye gates and your ear gate. Your growth is determined by those 2 things, what you're hearing and what you're seeing. So even though right now, don't fall into the trap that is being set by the enemy to keep us from growing by refusing to focus on the Word. Don't spend all your day and all your time just listening to the news.
Amen.
But spend a good portion of your day. Create good ways for even the small children to get involved. Bible stories that'll change their lives forever. Third reason why people don't grow is they're unskilled in the Word. And just like a good soldier, if you're going to be effective You got to become very skillful with your tool of trade. And I believe that we have a tool
Amen.
for not just right now, but a tool for generations to come. I don't think that the Bible has remained to be the most sold book in history, even today,
Yes.
by accident. And I believe right now, people are looking for the Bible more than ever.
Yes.
I saw a clip on Facebook this week in Walmart, and they showed the religious section, and there were very few books left on the shelf.
Glory to God.
So I believe that we can use this time to become more skillful in the Word, because your growth is essential to your relationship.
Amen.